Hi everyone, I hope this isn't too up close and personal, but why? Don't come this way. The cat. Of course, the moment I want to film a video, the cat decides I'm not happy sat where I am, so I'm gonna move. But yeah, I hope this isn't too up close and personal. I'm always finding different ways to put the camera and things like that, so I hope it looks okay. I've got quite a pile of various different things, so I'm just gonna... Don't know if you can hear that. Cat's eating now. I'm just gonna get right into it and yeah, not waste any time because it'll probably be a long one. The first thing recently, this is a pickups video if I didn't specify, but the first thing I saw Scott Massey 83 on Instagram grab this at some point, and I'm sure he did a post on it. If he did, I'll post it here. And I mean the cover, it's a magazine, plot twist, but the cover is just so cool. It's the Doom Dark Ages Edge magazine, and it's not the subscriber special or whatever they call it or anything. It's just the regular one, but man, that artwork is just absolutely incredible. And this is very cool because it opens out into like a whole thing. Like, is that not just awesome? And then this side has some art on it as well. And the coolest thing was when I was in the shop. It's not the coolest thing, I suppose the coolest thing is the cover, but a cool thing about it is when I was in the shop, I was walking behind my partner while he was trying to find a till, and I was flicking through it, and I probably won't be able to find it this time. This isn't the thing, but got some Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's out this month. I won't be playing it on release or anything. I'll buy it when it's like a tenner or 15 quid in like a year or two. Not that I don't enjoy Assassin's Creed games, I just haven't really played many. It's got obviously stuff in it about Doom Dark Ages, which is very cool. Like, if you can see this, just the artwork is awesome. Okay, I know what page it is now, but I've just seen something else. I really love the game Lonely Mountain Downhill. I think that game is amazing. I never finished it. If you can finish it, I assume you can. But I played a lot of it, and I just found it so much fun. And I've just, on this like menu area, contents page, seen, where is it? Lonely Mountains Snow Rider. I've never seen anything about that ever. But now I'm pretty hype because I just loved Lonely Mountain Downhill. I thought it was so cool. Just a really cool take on like a cycling game. And it was just so fun. It's like if you play it enough and you get the courses right, and it's just like a speedrun thing. I found myself, because it times you while you do it, and each course is set into pieces, so if you like pass one piece, if you got a better time, it'll come up in green, so you know. It's just very, very satisfying, especially when you get a decent time on it. But yeah, the top thing, what I'm looking for, which now I know the page, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. It's literally what I was looking for. Page 100. But yeah, I just opened on this as I was flicking through it, and I loved Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. I spoke about that last video, maybe? I don't remember. But yeah, just a really, really awesome game. Number 1. Never finished it because I got hard locked out of one of the story missions, but I played a lot of it. I put a lot of hours into Kingdom Come Deliverance. So I have the second one because my partner bought it for me for Valentine's Day. So I'm very excited to play it. Just seen this double page thing on Avowed. Avowed is new out and people are not excited or happy about it. Apparently it's being compared to like Skyrim and Oblivion, which Oblivion's like what, nearly a 20-year-old game, I think. That was my cat. So yeah, Avowed's not gone over very well, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, enough time wasted. I'll cut out a lot of that because it was just me flicking through and struggling. But yeah, this magazine's super cool, so thanks, Scott, for putting that on your page and allowing everyone to see it. I'm just going to put that up there. My cat's making me nervous about one of the other things, so I'm going to get it out of the way. Basically, I ordered Call of the Sea. I don't know much about this game, as it usually goes, but I love anything that's to do with like the ocean, being on the ocean, that kind of thing. It looks like kind of like a mystery game. let's read the back. It says, an otherworldly tale of mystery and love set in the 1930s South Pacific. Explore, solve puzzles, and unlock secrets in the hunt for your husband's missing expedition, which is basically pretty much what I thought. But yeah, I played a game it was a long time ago now, it was like nearly 2 years ago, maybe more, Closer to the Sun. And if anyone's played Closer to the Sun, that was set on a ship, and it was absolutely fantastic. The 3D modeling in that was just astounding, in terms of environmental design and things like that, because I love the Titanic. Anything to do with the Titanic, I'm there. And Closer to the Sun, being able to explore on a ship, it was awesome. So yeah, this is why Call of the Sea drew me, because I've not opened it yet, because yeah, just anything on the ocean, being in a ship, that kind of thing, I just think is so cool, and it's just something that I really like and I'm close to, I guess. It's something I'm passionate about anyway. But this is not the only thing. Basically, I was on one of my little hunts on Amazon. I found this. It's very big. The Call of the Sea, what is it? Is it a thing? I don't know, it's just a collector's edition, basically. I mean, isn't that just so cool looking? The lighting does not like it at all, but it's awesome. And as is usual for me, this was £40, which was the reason I got it. If it was like higher, like 50, 60, 70, whatever, I probably wouldn't have bothered, but 40, when you see what's in this, you'll see why I got it, because I'm going to tell you, but yeah, it's incredible. The only thing is I don't really have a place to display it. I'm getting out of the way because my cat is there and she keeps like looking at it like I'm gonna stomp all over it. Comes in this really pretty box, which opens, I believe, upwards, like so, and it comes for 40 quid with a vinyl. Whoa. Struggling. Yeah, it comes with a vinyl. I've not opened it yet because I want to get some vinyl covers and things like that, but obviously it's the soundtrack. I know there are other game soundtracks and things like that, but when they actually come with the special collector's edition, it's just so cool. And then basically, if I lift this bit of cardboard, this is the other reason I got it. Not this. This is what the game came in. I assume it's supposed to be like the expedition book that her husband has. Perhaps I've not played the game yet, so I don't know. But I love anything that's like this kind of memorabilia. I just have folders and folders and folders of Titanic memorabilia that looks like this. Various like real pieces and not real pieces, but yeah. Comes with a postcard thing, a picture. Her and her husband, I assume. This, which I don't remember what it is. I have looked at it, but I can't remember. Some poster, I would think. Yeah, it's like a poster of, I assume, an area in the game. A mountain. And then this teeny little art book. But wait, just wait. We're not done yet. This art book is very cute. And there's the back. Just give you a little quick flip through. Ooh, that was a very quick flip through, but yeah, tiny art book, very cute. And obviously it comes in this book thing where what the game would come in. So I assume if you just order the regular like special edition thing, deluxe edition, whatever, it would just come with these pieces and the game, which is very cool in itself. But we're not done. Still, remember, £40. This, I haven't even looked at it yet. It's got like 3 posters in there. When I got my We Happy Few big box, like the big deluxe edition box for We Happy Few, came with this same kind of thing. Just a really thick roll of posters. So yeah, I haven't even looked at those yet. I want to maybe find a place for them, but I just don't want to unroll them and then it's like a struggle getting them rolled back up again. Remember, £40, game, vinyl, this with the things in, these posters. The vinyl is like the reason I got it, but this book as well. Wait, oh, and the box itself. The box, which I'm struggling with. Yeah, the box itself is incredible, but this book It looks like my We Happy Few book, which I got separately. I don't think I'll be able to reach it. I don't remember where my book is for We Happy Few. I'll go look in the bedroom, and if it's there, I'll show you. But yeah, it's a really thick hardback book for Call of the Sea, and obviously it's gonna have various pieces of art and things like that. And there's that poster we just saw, and like lore, because it's got writing in it too. Yeah, I mean, all of that for £40, and the game. Screw whether I've got anywhere to put it. It had to be done. The only thing is, mine, for whatever reason, it's not beat up, but it's like has a rip down there, and that kind of thing. It's like a tiny bit beat up, but it's nothing that bothers me enough to be like, I need to send this back. But yeah, I just thought that was really, really cool, and I wanted to show it you. Yeah, I think if you ever see it on sale and it's something like a game you want to play and you see all of this for 40 quid, I think it's absolutely worth it. It's one of the biggest PS5 things I've ever seen in person, because I don't have many big PS5 things. But yeah, Call of the Sea, very, very cool. Can't wait to play this game. Might be one of my next ones, just because I love ocean exploration and ships so much. It's so cool. I had to go on a little hunt for it. Went in the bedroom, wasn't there. It was in the big We Happy Few box, because that's just where I keep it, because, you know, they are the same. But yeah, I got this from Amazon years ago now, a couple of years ago, probably like 3 or 4. It's just incredible. I absolutely love it. It cost me, I think, £30, but when it has art on it that's as nice as this, and inside and everything, just the art of We Happy Few thing. But yeah, when it has art in it as nice as like this, I mean, We Happy Few is an absolutely incredible game anyway. And if you haven't played We Happy Few, I could talk about it forever, so don't get me started. But yeah, I saw it online and it just had to be done. It's got various different artists in it and things like that, sketches, concept art. Yeah, it's just incredible. I really love this thing. And as you can see, We Happy Few has some really strange and interesting characters in it. I'm not going to flick through all of it, obviously, because it's heavy and I'm tired after having to search for it. I fully suggest getting We Happy Few if you've never played it. It's a fantastic game. It's really cheap as well. Yeah, I'll not go over it. I've already spoken about it before, but just watch my old video. I don't remember which one it is. Or just look it up yourself. It's really, really good. It's like a stealthy action-adventure, post-apocalyptic game kind of set in London or around London. Yeah, it's really good. I hope you like long videos, because we're in it now. Mortal Shell, Souls-like, where basically you start off as like a little naked, not skeleton, but kind of like a skeleton man, and basically the more bosses you kill and the more enemies you attack, you become more of like a fleshed out character. You can improve your stats, and yeah, you get armor and things like that. It's a Souls-like. If you've played any Souls-like ever, you know what it is, you know what it is like, you know what it's about. It came with, it's got a reversible cover too. It came with these little art cards and everything. This was, I think this was 15, and I was like, I could maybe not get it, but it's just such a clean, nice copy. I've wanted to play this for ages, and I've got the PS4 version, I think, on PS Plus, but I just wanted the PS5 version, because I know it'll run better and less loading times and things like that. But this one was really fortuitous, because when I was buying it, this was just on the shelf, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll pay 15 quid for that. If it was 15, I think it was, I can't remember. And then the guy went to get the deluxe big box that it came in, which is awesome. So yeah, I have this box. It's a tiny bit beaten up, which can be expected from a CEX thing. I'll show you the back again. But yeah, I mean, if this had been on the shelf for 15 quid, maybe I would have got it. But I was going to say I probably wouldn't have, just because in the condition it's in. I only did that just then, by the way, because this is already like that. When I got it, that's how it came. And the only thing in here is he put the thing in it, but yeah, it has an art book. And it's bloody thick art book as well, Jesus. But yeah, I just thought I wasn't going to tell him no, that's for certain. It's very cool. Again, more art. It's been a very art-heavy video so far. Art. Yeah. For 15 quid, incredible deal, really. But I'm keeping the game out of the box, and I've just got the game itself, game case, on the shelf with my other PS5 games at the moment. This has just been sitting behind like a lonely little boy, just because big boxes are hard to store in my household. I've got like a whole shelf of big boxes, and they don't fit anymore. Basically, I just need to stop buying them because they don't fit in my house anymore. But I can't. And this one was an accident anyway. Like I said, I wasn't going to tell the guy no after he got it out. And spent quite a long time looking for it as well. He couldn't find the disc. It's because it was with the box, and he didn't know that it was going to be a big box. So yeah, Mortal Shell, if you like Souls-likes. I've seen gameplay of this one, so that's the only thing I can be like, I suggest playing it. But the gameplay did look fun, and that's the reason I wanted to play it in the first place. So yeah, Mortal Shell. Wild Hearts. This was £8. I got this yesterday. I've wanted to play Wild Hearts for quite a long time, and I think the last time I looked up some gameplay, I wasn't super impressed by it. And then every time I've seen it on Amazon for like 20, 15, since then, I've just been like, nah, I'll find it cheaper eventually. So yeah, £8. Basically, it's a Monster Hunter? Basically, it's a Monster Hunter game, just not under the Monster Hunter handle, because obviously it's not made by the same people. Who's this made by? EA Original. Great. Yeah, let's see what it says. Tame a world gone wild. Hunt nature-infused beasts. Craft your hunting grounds, and up to 3 players with crossplay. Yeah, I said to Joe yesterday that he could get a copy of this as well because it's cheap, and then we could play online. That'd be cool. But yeah, Monster Hunter game, very pretty cover, which is obviously what drew me in. It always is. I mean, just look at it, like, wow, incredible looking. I think it has like a Japanese setting. There is the disc. I hope I'm not being big racist, but I played Ghost of Tsushima and it had those. So yeah, I mean the art style is quite in that vein as well. So Wild Hearts. Killer Frequency. Again, wanted to play this one for a while, but it's been, I think it was 18 for a long time, and then it went down to 15, and I was tempted to buy it when it was 15, but I don't know whether it's worth it. Then I was going to buy something else. I think I wanted to buy Werewolf, and the copy that they had just wasn't very good. I'm still on the hunt for a copy of Werewolf, even though it's like a mid-game. I want to play it. But yeah, I was going to get Werewolf, and it wasn't a very good copy, and my partner was like, they have Killer Frequency, and I saw it had gone down to £12, and I was like, it's time, let's do it. So yeah, basically you're in a Radio Shack in like this little secluded town, running the radio station, and I think a killer starts calling in, and you have to work out who the killer is and all their motives and things like that, and try to stop people dying, I think, because I'm sure you get to like shape your own story, choose different options and things like that. What are you doing? Do you have to go through the middle of the tripod? Yeah, so it's just like a murder mystery game basically, but you're in a Radio Shack, and I think that's just a really cool theme for a game. If it wobbles, it's the phone lines are open and callers are dying to get through. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to take a long time for everything because there's a lot, but Killer Frequency. Love the cover on this one. That art is just incredible. It looks very like 80s vaporwavy. So yeah, I'm excited for this one too. Scarlet Nexus. I saw this on Amazon a lot. You know, when you type in PS5 games and you're just scrolling through. And then since then, I've not really seen it. Since I bought it, it's not ever popped up. It's like it knows. I got it from CX, and I'm sure this was 10. It was either 10 or 12. And at first, I thought this was one of those like games like you know, like LX, where it comes out and it got like really, really like mid to bad reviews. But apparently, this got like a 9 out of 10 on Steam. I go by Steam reviews because Steam is just generally better in my opinion than like IGN, because IGN is very, very biased and things like that. But yeah, it's basically an action adventure RPG, open world. I love those. I think it's a JRPG, going by the art on the back. It certainly looks very JRPG to me. Discover a brain-punk future plagued by a deadly threat and arm yourself with psionic powers to save the world. 2 heroes, 2 fates, 1 bond. Yeah, JRPG looking open world action adventure game. It kind of reminded me of like Stellar Blade and like games like Persona, that kind of art style. Specifically Persona 5 and like Shin Megami Tensei, but like the newer ones. You'll see. I love the cover on this one. It's just so cool looking, and I don't think at all it like reflects what's on the back. You pick it up and you go, what? When you turn it over. So yeah, I just think this one looks really cool. Scarlet Nexus. I love long, silly RPG games like this that will take me forever to get through. I'm excited for this one, as usual. So yes, Scarlet Nexus. I didn't know that this was the next one, because I just picked them up randomly off the shelf, but that's funny. Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I love the cover. The cover is just so cool. And that's what made me like look up the series. I don't know much about the franchise other than I looked up, because I was like, oh, this one's still like 25, I think, on Amazon. Where did I get this from? I think I did get this from Amazon. It was on sale. It came down to, I think, it was either 14 or 16 or something like that, and I was like, I've never seen it that cheap, and I really do want to like see if I can get myself into the franchise. Because before, I was gonna buy Shin Megami Tensei 3 on PS4 just to like, you know, it's a cheaper game. I thought if I'm not into it, I can trade it back in. It's a cheaper price to technically throw on a game that I don't know anything about. But I looked up the gameplay and the visuals, and I just didn't like the way they looked. So I was like, oh, maybe I'm kind of put off the series a bit, whatever, I'll not bother. And then I, again, saw this one for like a second time. And yeah, I thought, screw it, I love the art on it, it looks so cool. I'll look it up again. And I looked this one up on YouTube, and I just really loved the visuals, the colours, the battling looked really cool, the combat, it looked awesome. The characters look great. So yeah, I finally done it. I now own a copy of Shin Megami Tensei 5. So embark on this definitive version of the critically acclaimed Shin Megami Tensei 5, massively expanded with a brand new storyline featuring new locations, demons, and choices to make that will dictate the fate of all existence. I know nothing about it, but I'm always looking to get into like JRPG type things. I grew up playing Final Fantasy, so they're always like on my radar whenever I see something that looks a little like this or in the same vein. I'm like, yes, I may get into that. But there's some other ones that I want to get into, like Edge of Eternity I've seen, and then there's a couple of others I can't remember. They all kind of look the same eventually, like all the covers and the colours and everything. But yeah, it's just another franchise and genre that I want to try and push myself into a bit more, spend more hours on it. So yeah, I'm really happy to have this. I've been looking at it for ages. I remember when it was coming out and I was like, yo, I used to play. I don't remember which one it was. Which game is it? I'm asking you guys. Which one of these, I assume, is it where you can lock the butler in the freezer? Because I used to play that one all the time. And I'm assuming it's one of these ones. I'm assuming it's 1, 2, or 3. But yeah, I saw it, and what was it when it came out? Like £40? I thought that was an absolutely phenomenal deal anyway for these 3 games, especially remastered. But I just thought, screw it, I'll wait, because it was around Christmas as well. I was like, oh, maybe I'll get it for Christmas. I didn't, which is fine. I got some other great games like Epic Mickey and things like that, and I was really pleased with that. But yeah, finally having this collection, I bought it. It was $20 on Amazon. I was gonna buy it in CEX, but I was like, it's more expensive, and then it was on sale and it was brand new. I had to. I really like the Lara Croft games, especially the classic ones. So yeah, discover Lara Croft's original adventures, lovingly restored. And I've seen the comparisons of this, because obviously when you play it as a kid and then you grow up as an adult, you go, oh, I remember that looked amazing, and then you see this in comparison to it, and you're like, whoa. That is a huge difference. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into these, but I don't know when I will. It's not going to be anytime soon, I don't think, but for 20 quid for 3 of these games, very, very cool. And they've announced that they're doing, 4 to 6 as well? So that'll be like another, yeah, I assume it'll have Tomb Raider 4 to 6 in Roman numerals remastered, and that'll be cool to have on the shelf with the other one when it eventually comes out. So yeah, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 remastered. Very cool. Really glad to have it. Happy. I think I'll call this video just like a ton of PS5 pickups or something like that, because that's what I have at the moment. If I'm sounding weird or whatever still, I'm still a little bit ill. My throat is now starting to go kind of back to normal, but I'm still pretty congested. Snotty, just like it keeps going down my throat. It's horrible. But I'm feeling a lot better, so that's why there wasn't a video on Sunday. It's because I was feeling really rough. Time on Frog Island. This looks really cute, doesn't it? I didn't buy this one. This was what was it just now? Valentine's Day? This was a Valentine's Day present from my partner. So thank you. Very nice, very kind. Love it. I put this in my Amazon wishlist for games, and I was just like, because he asked me, like, oh, what would you want? And I was like, oh, if you want to, you can just go through this list and then order something off that if you really want to. And this is just one of those, like, cozy looking games that reminded me of kind of like Animal Crossing. And I played Mail Time a long time ago. Not a long time ago, it was like a year ago maybe. And Mail Time was really good, and it kind of reminded me of that. I've since looked up some reviews, and people either really love this game or really dislike it, and I think it's basically because you get dropped on this island, or you live on this island or something. I think you just kind of show up, I'm not sure. And the game doesn't tell you... Sorry, I just love this little frog guy. He's just so cool. The game doesn't tell you what to do or anything. You just have to basically pick up objects and interact with things and see if the citizens of Frog Island like what you give them and things like that, and then that progresses the story through like a puzzle solving thing, and obviously people don't like that all the time. So yeah, I mean, there's always YouTube if I get stuck, so that's cool. I just think it's a really cool one to have, very unique. Yeah, there's not much to say about it. I don't know anything other than what I've just said. Solve interesting puzzles. Explore at your own pace and experiment with everything, which it kind of reminds me in a way of not in the way it'll play, I assume, but Scribblenauts, because I remember in Scribblenauts, God, I used to love Scribblenauts on the DS. I still have that game. I have not played it for years, but wow, great game. The way you can just type stuff in and see if it works. I remember watching Nerd Cubed play. If anyone's ever watched Nerd Cubed, I remember watching him play Scribblenauts years and years and years ago. Like, I'm talking, God, when did that come out on the DS? That's when I was watching it. 15 years ago, maybe. Jeez, I was really young. But yeah, he would just type in all sorts of horrible things, and sometimes they'd come up like, dead babies and things like that. You could type in Jesus, like crucified or something, and that would come up. So it's crazy what they added into that game. But yeah, it just trying loads of different options is kind of what this reminds me of. So yes, Time on Frog Island. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Evil Inside. This one has a little story. Basically, there's this eBay seller, like an import eBay page shop thing, and they sell imports, as you can tell. This is not an import. This is a PAL region copy. But yeah, I saw this and they had it for $23, maybe $23.99 or something like that, which I think is what I bought it for eventually. But I was like, oh, I'll order that at some point. That looks really cool. Didn't think anything about it like going out of stock or whatever. And then one of the next few days, it was literally like 2 or 3 days later, we went to CEX and it was on the shelf. And I was like, that's really bizarre. I've never seen this game, like, ever. And it's shown up on the shelf. Very strange. Except they had it listed for £55, and I don't know if it still is. If it is, I'll put a picture here of whatever price it's listed at. But I was like, £55, that is absolutely bizarre. Like, their prices are just insane sometimes. Maybe they think it's rare or something. Maybe it is rare. I don't know. I have no idea. But, yeah, it had a big, like, rip in the front as well, as if it had just been, like, poof. And obviously I wasn't going to buy it for £55 when I'd literally just seen it on eBay the other day for, like, 20 something. So, yeah, when we got home, I went back on eBay, and lo and behold, it had gone. It's completely out of stock on that one page, and all of the other listings were people that had bought it and that were now selling it for 50, 60, 70 pounds, possibly higher as well. If I can find screenshots, I'll show you. It was just listed, it wasn't sold, so I don't know if it still will be, but that's what it was. And I was like, damn it, I've missed out on this game that I was interested in, because it looks really unique. It looks like a horror game. It is. Yeah, so I was pretty bummed about it, because I wasn't going to pay that much when I'd literally just seen it being sold from a proper seller for mid-20s. So I waited a few weeks and it came back into stock on that one page, and I was like, oh, they obviously haven't seen other people selling it for higher, or they just don't care, and they're actually being a decent seller and selling it for what it's worth, I suppose, because I can't imagine it's very long. But yeah, horror game. It was a decent price on eBay, then it was expensive on eBay after I'd seen it for really low, and I wasn't going to pay that, and then I waited a few weeks and it was back again, back in stock. Awesome. I've ordered from them a bunch of times before. I can't leave links in my YouTube videos apparently, in the description, because I'd have to send off my ID or whatever, which I will at some point. I can't be bothered right now, but yeah, I'll put the page here if I remember when I'm editing, and yeah, they sell really good, like a lot of varied import stuff, and it's not just imports, they sell other things as well. After the death of his mother and the arrest of his father for it, our protagonist Mark tries to contact her through a spiritual board which explodes mysteriously and causes him to fade away. Horror game. Yeah, what did I play? I played Mothered recently. Quick review on Mothered. It was absolutely fantastic. It was genuinely one of the creepiest games I've played in a long time, and it had like PS1 graphics. It was beautiful. I love really, like, obviously it was modern because it was made by 4 people in the modern age, but it looked incredible. It was so good. If there's one thing you took away from this video, play Mothered. It was fantastic. It cost me $7.99. I think it was. No, it's not on sale. It's just up for $7.99. So if you can get it cheaper, maybe do. But it's like a point and click adventure. You go home from the hospital, and you get home, and it's not all as it seems. You get home to your mom, and the vibes are off, basically. And she's like, go here, do that, blah, blah, blah. The story unfolds. It's absolutely fantastic. It's definitely a game you should play. But this is kind of what it reminds me of. Not that I've played this yet. I suppose I'm reminded of this by Mother now. But yeah, I can't wait to play this. Too much time spent talking about it. But yeah, Evil Inside. Random, strange, weird, unique horror game for the PS5. Sunnyside. I saw this a couple of weeks or months ago. Can't remember. Timeline's off. It's basically a farming simulator set in the Japanese countryside, which I just thought was an absolutely adorable concept for a game. Yeah, just the fact that you're in Japan for this one, just awesome. Very, very cool. I mean, if anyone's ever seen any of the countryside or the views in Japan, absolutely fantastic. I played about an hour of this, and I want to remake my character because he looked terrible from the side, and it just bugs me. But yeah, so far it's really, really cute. It's got like kind of RPG-esque elements to it, where you're interacting with people, and those people are helping you, and you get to farm and build your own farm and things like that. I have a tent at the moment, just a tent. It's like when you get on Animal Crossing New Horizons, and they're like, hey, I have this tent. Oh, and New Leaf, because you had a tent in New Leaf as well. I think that was the first time you ever got a tent in Animal Crossing. I loved it. I thought it was great. But yeah, there's also battling in this. It came up with like the options, and you could choose your experience. I think it was like cozy, RPG, and then you could like custom choose your own stuff. So you could have like the cozy option for farming, and then the RPG option for battling and things like that. So it has, I assume it's turn-based, but I've not come across anything that I need to fight yet, so I genuinely don't know. Didn't want to spoil it at all. The only thing I can tell you is this got 2 bad reviews on Amazon. One said that the inside art, there's the disc, the inside art was all like wet, and I was just like, are you sure you haven't done that yourself? Because that's a little weird. I've never had a parcel come from Amazon and the inside has been wet inside the seal. The only other thing is people complained that if you've ever played House Flipper, you have this little circular cursor where you kind of scroll it with the analog stick, and that's what this does as well, to choose things. So it's not, because it was made for the PC, I guess. So it doesn't technically have really optimized menus, but that doesn't bother me at all. I played so much House Flipper, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I'm completely used to like that kind of cursor movement. I don't care. The only other thing was there were some performance issues, long loading screens, and some frame drops. And I have experienced some frame drops, but everything else so far has been fine. And I really like the way it works. You get like a wheel, so you can use your gardening tools and things like that. And I assume you get weapons at some point if you're having to battle things. Yeah, it's really fun so far. It seems really cute. I love the aesthetic. It's like kind of an anime looking world. You get to actually use your phone, which is cool. Yeah, just really, really cool. You start off in like a little cafe. You've literally just been dropped off by a bus into, I think it's Higashi, in Japan. Yeah, it's just a really cool little game. And if you're into farming simulators, probably get it on the PS5 if the PC's been having performance issues, but I don't know. I've not experienced much of it, just a few frame drops. Sunny side, if you like farming simulators, then I think this one might be for you. It's very, very cute, and I really like it so far. So yeah, just making sure it was the one I thought it was. But yeah, Dark Pictures Anthology, House of Ashes. Surprisingly, I really, really liked this one. We played Man of Medan a while ago, and I did like it. The story was quite cool, but I didn't like. I'm just really bad at QTEs. It's either my reaction time is too slow, or I can't see the buttons. And in this one, they changed the, you know, when a QTE comes up, so it's like circle, square, triangle, whatever. They changed it so that it's like the most light black lining on a grey circle. If I can find a screenshot or something, I'll put it here. But for my eyeballs, it's not good. I really was struggling to see it from where I was on the sofa, so it kind of took some of the fun out of it for me. And we played this one on the normal difficulty. I can't remember what it is. I want to play this one again on Forgiving, just because you get more time for the QTEs, and I'll probably sit on the floor or something. But I really enjoyed this one. I didn't expect to. When it started off, it was a little bit slow maybe, but I really, really enjoyed it. I liked the story. I liked the characters. The characters were really good. The movement was good. It felt a little janky at first, but you soon got used to it. The setting was really cool, especially when you... Basically in this, when's it set? It's like either early 90s or early 2000s, I don't remember. But it's like one of the wars that Bush was involved in. It was like an Iraqi war or something. You're basically gearing up for a war with Iraq, and one of the characters is from Iraq. He's called Salim, and he's like the coolest character in the game. Absolutely, he's very cool. But you end up falling, like you're in a war zone in Iraq, and then you fall into like a sinkhole, and it takes you into these like catacomb type things, with like ancient ruins and stuff like that. And then I'm not gonna spoil it, but the twist was wild. And it was really, really good. I super enjoyed it. And I didn't expect to, so it's good that I did. Because when we played Little Hope, I was really disappointed by it. I thought it was kind of boring. The characters were mid, even though it had that one guy in it, the main character that everyone likes. Yeah, I just didn't really enjoy it. And we kept everyone alive in Little Hope, and then the game was like, no, you didn't... complete some of the parameters that we put in place, so like 5 of your characters are dead. I think it was like 3 out of 5 actually. I'm sure there was like 2 alive at the end, but we kept them all alive, and then it killed them off because we didn't do something the game wanted to do that it didn't tell us about. I don't know, it was stupid. But yeah, this didn't have any of that. If you kept your characters alive, they were alive at the end. I just really, really liked it. It was very cool. All hell breaks loose. An elite military unit searching for chemical weapons uncovers something far deadlier deep underground in a buried Sumerian temple. So yeah, this is probably the best one I've played. We also played, I don't have it, and I don't know if I'll get it or not. We also played The Devil in Me, and I didn't enjoy that one quite as much. Oh god, it was like, if you had compared House of Ashes directly next to The Devil in Me was so primitive, it was unbelievable. And I think it's because, from what I've read, it was made during COVID, so everyone either couldn't work or had like, you know, issues with doing their work and things like that, because the animations in The Devil in Me were bad. The voice acting in The Devil in Me was kind of mid. The voice acting was probably the best part, actually. Jesse Buckley was fantastic. Paul Kaye was fantastic. I don't know the others, but yeah, the story was just kind of boring. The characters were kind of lackluster. There was a lot of choices in The Devil in Me where it was like it either wasn't clear, or when you made a choice, it just nothing happened, or nothing came from it, or something happened that was stupid. I don't know. The story was freaking everywhere, basically. But we played it twice because my partner wanted to play the curator's cut after, because we ended up on the normal difficulty, killing a few people. And then on the curator's cut, we played on forgiving. Basically just so we could save everyone this time, rather than, because if you've already played it once on normal, then you don't need to play it again on normal. Just save everyone, basically. And then I went back for the last chapter after the credits rolled, and I then killed everyone deliberately to get that trophy as well. So yeah, the Dark Pictures anthology is it's just up and down, basically. Really looking forward to Directive, is it 8020? Put it here. I don't remember, but I'm looking forward to that one because it's set in space and it looks awesome. Only a few things left now. I'm on the last PS5 game. My god, there has been so many. No joke. It's crazy. But Layers of Fear. This is really cool. I played probably around 3 or 4 hours of it last night. I pre-ordered it when I saw it on Amazon, and because I like horror games now, apparently. Yeah, it arrived, and I saw it was developed by Bloober Team. And if you don't know, Bloober Team made Silent Hill 2 Remake, which was absolutely amazing. Loved Silent Hill 2 Remake, very, very cool. So if you liked that, maybe this will be for you. It's kind of like a walking simulator thing. You start off playing as this lady who comes to work in a lighthouse to do her writing work. I don't know. Basically, Layers of Fear came out in 2016. You may have played it before. Then they brought out, I think, Layers of Fear 2 and some DLC in 2018. And yeah, that was Bloober Team, and I didn't know that. I never played Layers of Fear because I think it came out on PC. And I don't have a PC, never have had to play games. Yeah, so it's just cool that now that they've done the Silent Hill remake, Bloober Team can, remake their own stuff, because that's what they've done, and remastered it, and I just think that's really, really cool. So, yeah, I think this is the story of a writer, a poet, and a singer. I'm on, I think, the painter at the moment. Wait, what did I say? Writer, a poet, and a singer? No, one of them's a painter, because I'm playing as the painter right now. And, yeah, it's basically a walking simulator horror. I'm walking around his house, and as you're opening doors and collecting things are happening. It's going off all spooky. You're, collecting things, and you're walking through doors, and the house is changing behind you as you're turning it around and things like that. So, let's read the back. Face your fears one last time. This writing is minute, Jesus Christ. Delve into the twisted minds of a painter, writer, and a musician, uncovering their darkest secrets and haunting past in an ever-changing, terrifyingly immersive world. Yes. So, immersive walking simulator. If you're into those, then this may be for you. Basically, you walk through the house and other areas and environments. You pick up clues and put the story together, and as you're doing so, you're being spooked. Or the game is attempting to spook you. None of the spooks have actually got me yet. It's just the music that's made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. So, yeah, I mean, I was excited for this when it came out, and then now that I'm actually playing it, it's really, really cool. So unintentionally, this has become the next game I'm planning on completing. I think I've done 15 games this year already. I'm running March just now. So yeah, Layers of Fear, very, very cool. Look at that cover, isn't it just horrible? One of the things that drew me in immediately was that cover, because it's just vile looking. And did it come with anything? No, it just came with the disc and a piece of paper. Why did they put these in here? Is this an agreement thing? I don't know. I don't read this stuff. Lasersphere, very cool. This is everything we've talked about, including Call of the Sea, which is the special edition at the bottom. I was going to do more in this video, but I'm just so congested. I'm struggling to speak. I can feel my throat getting more and more sore. So I'll save that for another video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed me talking about these games. I enjoyed talking about these games. It's very cool. I love talking about games. That's the whole point of this channel, is I love games. So that's literally it. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, go follow my Instagram, collector_catharsis. I post gaming content every single day. And if you like the video, maybe think about subscribing. You don't have to, but it'd be really cool. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers just because it's just a goal, innit? Just a milestone. Yeah. I genuinely can't believe there's this many PS5 games in this video. I've not spent as much actually on games in the last month, maybe. You wouldn't think so, but some of these weren't me. But I always get them on sale and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily feel too bad about it. I did get Lasersphere on pre-order because I saw that pre-ordered ages ago though, so like, does it even count as spending it this month? I don't know. The money goes out this month, so yeah, technically. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here, and I'll see you later. Have a good week. Goodbye.